If I wanted more money, I'd be making mukbangs, honey.
You are a disrespectful piece of...
Hello, my skinless chicken nuggets. Today we talk about how Amberlynn has confirmed that she indeed quit keto. She's ranting quite a bit. She's talking about her ED. She's comparing herself to other people, and she's actually asking for advice from her audience. Let's see what she has to say.
This happened. I ate this whole thing. Yes, I did. Last night. Over, I want to say like a 6-hour period, but still, the fact that I ate them all is not okay. And it's most definitely not keto in any sort of way. Like, I am extremely mad at myself. I have so many thoughts right now. It's like, I'm afraid that I'm going to be that one person who just doesn't heal.
It seems like Amberlynn is having a real rough time lately. No matter how much she loves wifey, she just cannot support her enough, even though she said she's the best thing since sliced bread. One concerning thing I caught from Amberlynn is saying that she's afraid that she's going to be that one person in this world, the one special snowflake, the one special case that is just never going to heal. That lack of hope is really concerning, actually really sad to hear.
Like the first week, I will say. And then I started noticing like I was just feeling super sick, not in the sense of like keto flu because of my gallbladder, which, oh boy, I knew wasn't a good idea. I always knew that keto was not a good idea if you have gallstones. But I was told to do keto. I was told to have very high fat. The lymphedema specialist said you need to do very low carb, below 50 grams, and you need to have a lot of fat, like 200 grams a day. But like the main source of food I was getting was protein and fat, which is what keto is, and it was making my gallbladder hurt really bad, and I was feeling really sick. And this is gonna be TMI, so I'm just saying TMI. I started having like really bad, like greasy diarrhea, which is from my gallstones. And
I'm gonna be real honest here. I am not surprised why people think that she did not actually see a lymphedema specialist. I'm not surprised that people don't believe that she actually went to see that particular specialist. And one thing that annoyed me, first things first, is that she said, well, I knew better. I knew keto was not going to be good for me, but I did it anyway. I was told to do keto despite knowing better. And well, she did keto anyway, despite the advice from her psychologist, despite her own intuition. She decided to go through with it because it seemed like a fun new idea that she could hop on, in my opinion. She got excited. She tried on something new. She tried out something different. You see, a couple of years ago, she went to see a weight loss doctor. And he kind of put her on keto too. And she said, not doing that. That's terrible. But now she's willing. Well, interesting, isn't it?
And in this moment, this is what I'm currently going through. I have a lymphedema specialist telling me what diet to eat. I have my doctor telling me not to do that diet. And I have my psychologist from a binge eating disorder clinic telling me not to diet at all. So I have 3 specialists, 1, 2, 3, who are all very freaking smart, intelligent, kind, patient. They truly care, and they all have their own, advice and what they think is right. And all of them say something different. I don't know what to do. I want to listen to health professionals. You guys tell me to do so. I know I need to do so, but who? Which one? Because I don't know.
Man, where to even start with this? How in hell is it actually possible for her professionals to not talk to each other, to not know about each other? She has extensive medical history, some issues, and they should all know about one another. From experience, I don't know if it's normal or not, but from personal experience, I know I have a chronic disease. And so every single specialist that I see, they know exactly what my diagnoses are and what medication I have to take, how often I take it, how much of it I take it. Even my dentists know what kind of medication I'm on right now. Like every single person on my medical team basically knows anything there is to know about me. And how is it possible that for her specialists don't talk to each other? How is this in any way, shape, or form helpful, professional, or possible? I don't know if it's just a different experience that I have with the medical system. I have no idea. I'm in the States too. I've seen a lot of doctors across a couple of different states at this point. And I can guarantee you, even my previous doctors that specialized in that one disease know and have all the notes that all the other doctors took like years ago, like all my medical history from almost 10 years now. They all have it. Every single new doctor that sees me because I move, they have that information. So how on the green earth is it possible that her doctors just don't talk? I am shocked. I am offended. I don't know what I'm feeling. I'm just so shocked, surprised. Is it normal? Is it something that you guys experience too? Anybody with a chronic illness, do you guys experience that kind of treatment from your medical teams? I need to know.
I am so confused. Obviously, clearly, Ozempic and keto did not work because of gallstones. And it's like, my gallbladder doesn't have the option of being taken out yet because it has to be infected. Any doctor I've talked to, I've seen a surgeon, even my doctor now, 9 times out of 10, your gallbladder has to be running on very low. It has to be like very ineffective. Why is everything working against me when I'm trying so hard to do everything that I'm fucking being told?
See, this kind of makes sense. At her size, I don't see any really professional trying to risk their license just to give her a little bit of relief for gallbladder that isn't really causing like life-threatening issues.
Why is everything working against me? Like, I can blame myself for the last 30 years of my life, and I will blame myself for the last 30 years of my life. But I can't blame myself now because I'm doing everything that the doctors are telling me to do, that the professionals are telling me to do, and I just feel so lost. I feel so scared. I feel hopeless. I feel defeated. I really, really, truly don't know what to do anymore. And a lot of people can look at this and be like, it's so simple, just count your calories. For someone with a binge eating disorder, it's truly not that easy.
So no, Amberlynn, if you ever see this, I doubt you will, never mind. If you see this, my question is this: why not go to inpatient treatment? You said you're doing everything that you think you should be doing, and nothing is working. Everything is working against you. Nothing has been your fault. There's nothing that you're doing wrong. Just everything and everybody is working against you. You're the victim here again. No, well, unfortunate. Why not do inpatient treatment? Why not go to one place where all the doctors talk to each other, where everybody knows everything, where they are all working as a team, different professionals from different specialties that work in the same spot all together? Why not go to a place like that where people communicate and they can provide holistic care from the bottom to the top, from head to toe? Why not inpatient treatment? I'm really glad that you're going to therapy now, because you've been really resisting that for years and years and years, even though your audience has been begging you to go to therapy for years and years and years. So we're, I feel like, at this same spot as we were with therapy. We begged you, you finally went. It's actually happening. It's possibly helping. It feels like you're benefiting from it. So why not listen to us again? Just try inpatient treatment. Save all the little pennies you have. Make sure wifey saves all her little pennies too, since you only pay half of your bills and half of your rent. I'm sure you can afford it a little bit better now, hopefully. Why not inpatient treatment? At this point, do you feel like you have any other options? Do you feel like there's anything else that you think it's going to help you? Is there anything else you think you can do by yourself without professional help in a controlled environment? Just tell me this. That's all I want to know right now.
Everyone goes through different things. I turn to food. I can't just eat one. I can't just eat two. Two is a serving. I'm sure people are like, why did you have these in your house? Well, I had them in my house because I bought them. Because during my rage of just wanting to binge and overeat, I buy things that I shouldn't. Like, if it was easy, if losing weight was easy, or eating disorders were something that is just like a light switch, then no one would be fat. No one would have eating disorders. No one would see therapists. No one would have psychologists. There wouldn't be freaking eating disorder clinics. Like, it wouldn't be a thing. And it's just, I have so much to unpack in therapy. Oh my God, I have 30 fucking 1 years of just hell to unpack in therapy. And you guys, we have only reached the fucking tip, the surface. So it's like, I'm not going to heal anytime soon. I don't know what I want for myself, let alone what you guys want for me.
Believe it or not, a lot of people do want you to get better. A lot of people do cheer you on. A lot of people have hope for you, including myself. I do want you to get better. I do want you to continue with therapy. I don't know if it matters to you what anybody else wants. What should really matter is what you want to do. I think therapy that you're receiving now, it might just not be enough. Maybe you just need a little bit more support. Maybe you just need a little bit more structure. Maybe you need some more techniques that could help you out. Because it does seem like you have been struggling with a lot of trauma, and I'm really sympathizing with you about that, because we do know that Amberlynn did have quite a difficult childhood, difficult life, difficult bringing up. Life was not always easy, but you're not the only one who's always suffered. You're not the only one who had awful, awful childhood, awful experiences. And I know you said it annoys you, but like if some people can get better, so can you. And I feel like having that hope is kind of important.
Like, this isn't a choice. I just want people to look more clearly into their thoughts. Are you let down because you want to be let down for entertainment reasons, which I know some of you are? And then the portion of you who like do care about me and my journey, what do you guys advise that I should do? And yes, I'm asking you guys for advice because I am receiving advice from all these professionals, but they're all different. I just want to hear what you guys think, because right now I'm just really, really confused and I feel defeated.
First things first, I feel like it's absolutely unacceptable to leave you alone with that kind of decisions. If you have a medical team around you, it's absolutely unreasonable for you to make that kind of choice by yourself, to make medical informed decisions. If you have as many professionals in your life as you claim, they should all be on the same team, and they all should be advising you and helping you and working together with each other as well as with you. What is happening right now, if it is true, it's unacceptable. It's simply unacceptable.
So my steps forward is I am going to keep a food journal, like a physical food journal, and I'm going to write down everything that I eat. I am not going to count calories because that is exactly what my psychologist says do not do. So that can help with my binge eating. But I am going to be intuitive in what I am eating based on the amount that I'm eating, which is going to help with weight loss, obviously. And then I'm going to drink more water and try to have more movement in my day, like walking and things like that, mixed with not as much pork rinds, if you will, and things to that extent.
I mean, yeah, sure sounds like a plan. It sounds like something you have told us about 365 times ago. And we have heard it. We have heard this story before. You've tried this. Nothing is changing. We're just literally going in a little loop. Like maybe we're all stuck in a maze with you, watching you go through it, being completely lost, running in circles, and not really achieving anything. At the beginning of this year, I believe you are just about the same weight as you are now. You have recycled and lost and gained the same, 50, 60 pounds this entire year, if not more and longer. At this point, what would it take for you to take a radical step and do something that is actually going to help you, like inpatient treatment, like a lot of people have been advising you to do? What is it going to take?
I'm going to take the advice from each professional that I'm seeing, all three of them, and I'm going to like put it together and create something because I'm just kind of stuck right now. As for my weigh-in today, I did gain weight, obviously, 497.4, so that's not fun at all.
Around the same time, last year, you were just about 510 pounds, which means you basically made almost no progress at all, despite all your efforts, despite trying an outpatient clinic, despite trying keto, despite trying ozempic. I'm pretty sure you did a little bit of Janie Craig for a little while. Then you started trolling with mukbangs and even more thumbnails with you eating and whatnot, way more eating and more eating. You showed us how you spent $15 on soda. You were trying bugs. You were eating a little bit more. You tried Freshly, I believe, if it was that year. It's been an entire 12 months, and the only thing different about you, I believe, is just your girlfriend. That's kind of the only thing you changed. That being said, you only had one girlfriend after Becky, and you cannot convince me otherwise because I feel like you're a bit of a stinky little liar about that, and I still don't understand why you're lying. We did a whole lot of turd holes. We did an FBI Franks kind of situation type deal, and now we're here yet again. Nothing is different.
Here we are, day 5, 497.8.
Call me a little bit of masochist, but I cannot let that go. I cannot. You've binged 2 days in a row, whatever. You've gained weight, whatever. But what happened with the amazing support you had from wifey? Because you remember how much you trashed Becky over this shit? I remember. I'm never gonna let that go, apparently. Like an old cranky lady that I am. What happened with all the support? Honeymoon phase over? You don't love Feline quite as much no more? Is Feline's I don't know, superpowers running out? What's going on? It's interesting, isn't it? It's so easy to say, I've never had this kind of support before. I've just never had somebody who cared like this. I've just never had somebody pay the bills. You literally had somebody wipe you, and then you dare to trash them. I'm just not letting that go.
I have normally a hard time with my binging lately. I don't know what's up, and this is the heaviest I've weighed in months, and I just feel like starting keto was such a good idea in the beginning, and now I just feel like it was such a horrible idea. So I actually just woke up. I fell asleep at 1 a.m. and woke up at 5 a.m. I don't know if that was like a nap or if that was my night's sleep. I have no idea. But I was just journaling, and I just wanted to talk to you guys. I know in my vlog that actually just went up yesterday's, or was it today? I don't know, doesn't matter. But I had a vlog up where I was like trying keto ice cream, and people were like, how do you expect not to binge by, you know, having ice cream in your house? Da, da, da. I'm currently at a time in my eating disorder journey, for the lack of a better word, where it's not the ice cream. I am not addicted to ice cream. I'm addicted to food.
I see that there was nobody at your house that could stop you and like kind of stop you in your track to prevent you from buying 5 pints of ice cream. Sure, you might not be addicted to them per se, but they're sure as heck not good for you either, that they're not helping. What's stopping you from binging on just vegetables and salad? Surely that would be a little bit better for you than binging on ice cream and cookies and whatnot, right? And she tells us here that she is triggered by literally every single food that there is in existence. She's triggered by broccoli, by the slushies that she proudly shows. She's triggered by ice creams, and by everything. That's what she says anyway.
So I'm like so happy for her. So she's actually not even going to be back in work for a couple months, and that's hard because I'm not going to have an appointment. So like I'm super, super happy for her. And normally moments like this, it's like I can rely on that like appointment that I have with her, but I don't have that right now.
In my experience, if your therapist is going to be long for extended period of time, wouldn't it be her responsibility kind of to point you into a direction of another therapist that could take over, especially if you need therapy as much as you do? It's not just you wanting to go through therapy for the sake of, you know, maybe learning a couple of new different techniques of how to deal with a little bit of too much stress in your life. You do admittedly have a lot of problems, and you do need therapy quite intensively. So I am very surprised as to why you're not been sent to somebody else to see you in the meantime, or just take over completely. I am lost over here.
Find myself doing so much word vomit on camera is because if you guys click it, then you want to listen to it. You want to sit through all that hogwash, but it's like, I don't want to bother people in my life. I don't want to feel like a burden to them, or, you know, I know my family's there for me. I know Feline's there for me. I know they'll listen to me, but I've always had this like burden feeling. That's how I began my YouTube channel, and I feel like that's not going to end anytime soon. You know, I started my YouTube channel very much word vomit. You know, I'm going to use you guys as a diary, if you will. Like, literally my channel is just a fucking diary of my life.
This got me thinking. She's been on YouTube for 10 years, and she's thinking that this is not going to end anytime soon. So what is her long-term plan? What are you going to do if the YouTube dies out in 10 years? What are you going to do then? You're going to be 40 with no income. What is your plan for the future? I know you say you can get a job, but like, what kind of a job? What kind of experience do you have? What do you think you could do? What kind of financial security do you have from your channel now? Do you think you can really keep going with YouTube for forever, as long as you think you can? You have barely broken 50,000 views over the past 3 weeks. Your channel is kind of slowly dying.
People have expressed and shown and depicted what their eating disorder looks like, and they do that through TikTok. I found it empowering when I would watch these TikToks, and I felt so less alone.
I'm sure you guys remember the TikTok she posted about stuffing her face with cookies. Well, she is offended that people think she was trolling about it. Amberlynn, I'm having a hard time trying to find my sympathy one for you right now. I'm sorry that people think that you were trolling, because you did troll before, and sometimes it's kind of difficult to discern whether you're being serious or not, whether you're doing something just for attention and just for a little bit of controversy or not. That's really your fault. I don't know what else to tell you right now.
People who are larger, especially females, this isn't just something I'm coming up with out of my head, like it's just how it is. People who are larger, who have binge eating disorder, especially when you're like my size, the backlash is astronomical. But then when it's someone who is thin or skinny who has binge eating disorder, backlash where?
And that's just a big cherry on top. Big cherry. She had to finish off with being victimized. No, honey, it's not just you that gets backlash for binging. I think it's not really the binging that gets the backlash. It's not even the quitting. It's just the absolute roller coaster you put your audience through. The inability for you to change, accept any kind of solid advice. That's really why. It's your personality. It's not the way you look or who you are. It's just what you do as a person, what you have shown on this channel over the last 10 years. It's your reputation that is causing the backlash, not the way you look. Look at fat, hungry chick. She doesn't get that kind of backlash. She knows what she's doing, and she's doing it well, and she doesn't give a shit. Nickel Avocado, he's a male, he's obese, and he doesn't get shit because he's fat. He gets shit because he's an asshole. And he does what he does literally just for attention. He doesn't seem to care about the backlash he's getting. It really is not about your size. It is just about you. And just as a last thing, do you think perhaps you have a little bit of bias towards noticing that kind of negative attention people get versus not, just because the way you're treated? Maybe it's time to look a little bit more inwards to see maybe there's some answers there.